Okay, so you want to know how I went from this to this? Are you sure? Okay, ready, get set, go! If you saw my photos, the first thing that came to your mind must be, oh, she looks skinnier. She must have lost weight. Truth is, losing weight was a plus. But what made me really glowed up was the mentality and the habits that I cultivated. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. You see, it wasn't an overnight effort that I became who I am today. It was years of trial and error, self-loathing and hate, which turned into months of hard work and dedication. Every moment of conscious effort made in order to change myself to become the person I want to become. Truth is, I still struggle. I still fail and disappoint myself sometimes. But that's okay, because I'm still learning and trying to be better than who I was yesterday. Focus on the solutions rather than the problems. I admit, I used to be really caught up with my own problems, always complaining about what I don't have, comparing myself with other kids, hoping that I could have better things in life. Truth is, as much as I don't want to be like this, I do them subconsciously. When we hit a roadblock, we start to think, why is this so difficult? Why can't I be smarter? Why can't I be like her? Why do I feel so stupid? And we end up putting ourselves down. When we are so focused on the problem, we focus on our disadvantages, that you do not have the qualities or the capabilities to be the person you want to be. Fuck you, I can't let nobody go and take my stacks. But you suspect, you can go and... If we use the same amount of energy to find a solution, we realize that things aren't as bad as it seems. You just have to find a way out. Rather than complaining about how things could be different, you can be the one who makes the difference. And she go and drive me to the fucking mall. She like Rachel, but I ain't no Ross. I'm a god, that's on me, I got this shit on lock. It's a pop. Be present. Truth is, we are always doing two things. Either complaining about what we could have done yesterday, and worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow. And we often forget that the present is what's important. Just like eating out with family, but worrying if you'll gain weight the next day. Rather than doing that, I learned to count the memories rather than the calories. We don't realize that a few years down the road, we are not going to remember eating the certain amount of calorie on that particular day, but we will remember the good times that we had with our loved ones. Those are the moments worth counting. One day you look back and thank yourself for allowing yourself to enjoy these small little moments in life, because they are never coming back if you miss it. Right now is important. Being present teaches me to appreciate what I have in life. A delicious meal placed in front of me. Being able to enjoy and spend time with the people that I love. Me not worrying about problems that may come, and not looking back at the past, thinking that if things were to be different, maybe it could have been better. It's like giving myself a break and a pat on my shoulder, that I'm allowing myself to enjoy the life that I'm living right now. Oh my god. It tore. Oh my god, oh my god. Enjoying my food, getting in touch with the feeling after I eat, mindful of how I feel when I'm around certain people. Do they make me feel happy? Do they make me feel shitty? Or do they inspire me to become a better person? Notice that you're feeling happier, much stronger, feeling more confident, and not just focus on where you could be, but how far you've come. Be healthy, but for you. Yes, your body is keeping you alive, but your health is not defined by how your body looks, or the size of your clothes, or the numbers that appears on the weighing scale. I thought being healthy means I need to control the food that I eat, to control what's going inside my body. You know, I thought that I was in control, but what I didn't realize was that in the midst of doing that, food had dictated how my life should be. Me attempting to control my body and manage my appearance has led me to be unhappy, and I know that's not what health means. I felt like a slave to the weighing scale. The scale does not tell me how much happier I am, or how much stronger I've become, how much faster I can run, or how much more confident I am with my own body.
You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes are trying to score like it's fever. She lives a double life.
Thinness does not automatically translate into health. Neither does larger body means that you're unhealthy. Health does not have a look. Personally, I learned that health is not just what's on the outside, but also what's on the inside.
You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. Seen you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that yeah, who really care what Simon say? All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features.
Truth is, there are times whereby I will feel like shit and trashy. But that's okay, because then other times when I feel happy and joyful, I'll learn to be grateful that even in the midst of all the chaos, knowing that there's always something to appreciate in life. Focus on how you feel rather than how you look. You see, when I look back in the past, I wish I had gone out with my friends for a nice meal, rather than trying to save the calories. I wish I hadn't said no to my mom for wanting to bring me up for a nice dinner because I ate too much for lunch. I wish I hadn't stood at the back of my group of friends just to look skinnier in photos. I wish I hadn't wear long sleeve shirt every time I go out just so I could hide the fats on my arms. I wish I had the courage to wear the clothes that I want, to feel confident in my own skin, in my own size.
What about what I want? And what I wanted was to crash with my dumb friends on the weekend instead of watching a movie.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat healthy and exercise. It's important to prioritize your health and be consistent with it. But sometimes you need to learn to give yourself a break and let go of the restrictions that you place on yourself. If you didn't worry about your weight or changing the shape of your body, would you then be worried about the food you eat? Allow yourself to enjoy the moments in life that can make you happy. Sometimes you need to reward yourself and live life spontaneously. I know it's hard to do so sometimes, especially if you've been keeping it up for a very long time. It seems, although, that it will throw you out of your momentum, but trust me, it will not. One meal will not make you fat, and skipping one meal will not make you skinny either. But it will make you realize that you are blessed with foods on the table, that you do not have to worry about being hungry, and you have a life that is filled with joy and love. You don't have to be happy all the time. I mean, happy is good. Who doesn't like to be happy? Happiness could mean enjoying your ice cream, having fun with friends, doing your favorite hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to pretend to be happy. Oftentimes, we feel like we're on the verge of breaking down, but we put up walls around us so that people wouldn't find out that we are suffering. We bottle up our feelings so that people won't know what we're going through. Truth is, we do it most of the time. In fact, some of us do it all the time. We didn't want to feel like a burden to people. We didn't want to make us look weak. But sometimes being sad and vulnerable helps to feel happier after. Let yourself embrace those emotions and then take deep breaths. Take a long evening walk. Talk to someone you trust. Only when you face hardships can then you grow and become stronger. You don't have to force yourself to do things you don't like. You may fail and feel demotivated, but you'll rise again. But this time, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience.
Wow. It's so good. Oh, the pear is so soft. I love it.
Self-compassion. When things don't go our ways, our inner critics makes us feel horrible, especially when you put in your 101% effort and the results just seem to belittle that dedication that we put in. Honestly, I'm always an overachiever, and when I fail, I start to doubt myself. I can't believe that I couldn't do such simple tasks. I haven't done anything productive today. I look horrible. I made so many mistakes. And oftentimes, I trust someone else's opinions rather than my own because I didn't think that I'm good enough to decide what's the best option. Sometimes we become so harsh on ourselves that we forget that we are humans too. We fail, we make mistakes, and forget things, and that's okay.
All night to the dawn, you stay when they switch doors. I know you're the one, they go.
I learned that self-kindness and affirmation is so much more important. Telling myself it's okay to make mistakes, as long as I learn from it. Accepting myself and all the aspects of who I am as a person. Treating myself with love and respect, because my weakness, failures, negative emotions do not define my worth or who I am as a person. Stop being mad at yourself for being exhausted, for crying, for losing patience, or not having the time or energy to do certain things. Stop being so hard on yourself. Honestly, it's not easy to do so because it takes a conscious effort and practice. But we are the only person who can change how we feel about ourselves. And we are responsible for taking care of ourselves. Be mindful of what you consume. They say you are what you eat, but it's more like saying that you are what you consume. Of course, what you eat and drink affects your health. But more than that, the people you spend time with, the things that you read, the place that you work at, the habits that you sustain, you are molding yourself into a person you will become with the choices and actions that you make each day.
Ask me how I do it, I just stick to the plan. Stick to the plan.
If hanging out with a certain groups of people make you feel drained and negative, then why are you putting yourself out there to suffer? Personally, I learned that being healthy goes beyond just what I eat, but also who I surround myself with. If a toxic friendship does not serve me any good, then I should learn to say no and walk away from it. As I grew up, I learned that sometimes being selfish is also a form of self-love. Prioritizing your inner peace rather than trying really hard to please everyone else. If the absence of certain things brings you peace, then is it really your loss? Have a positive attitude towards life. Actually, most of our stress comes from the way we respond, not the way life is. Sometimes you just need to change the way you see things. Look for the good in all situations. This can be as simple as using the right words, telling yourself it's okay to make mistakes. You can always find a solution to solve it. Stop saying that you wish things could be better, or you wish that you have certain things. A lot of things that you wanted did not happen, but also a lot did. You didn't want to gain weight, yet you did. But at the same time, you also gained food freedom, being able to enjoy your favorite food without feeling guilty, becoming stronger and able to work out without feeling breathless all the time. We don't realize that truth is, a lot of things could have been so much more worse. But having a more positive attitude changes the way you see things. My life hasn't been the easiest, but I make it a point to see things on the brighter side. I tell myself that things could have been much worse. I'm in fact grateful to be blessed with so many things in life. My family, whom I know will have my back. My mom, who loves me unconditionally. My favorite food that is served to me every single day. Friends who will always look out for me. You don't need to have the biggest blessings in life to be happy. Personally, happiness can come from small things, like my mom asking me how was my day, me lying in bed, enjoying my favorite show, and not worry about my problems at that moment. There's so many things to be grateful about. So why focus on your problems when you can count your blessings? Talk to yourself like you would to someone you love. I, like most people, have a complicated relationship with my body. I spend most of my life being upset at it, hating it because it's not up to the standards that I wish it has. Being upset at it because it didn't look as beautiful as what the social media define as beauty. Disappointed because it feels like I'm not allowed to be happy in a body that is not up to the impossible standards made by the society. Angry because it feels like I failed myself existing in such an imperfect body. And I learned that I really need to start loving my body because no one else is going to do it for me. I need to start thanking my body for what it has done for me. Thank you to my face for being so full of life. Thank you to my eyes for seeing all the beautiful things in life. Thank you to my stomach for all the yummy and delicious food that we eat. Thank you to my ears for letting me listen to all my favorite songs. Thank you to my mind for being so strong even when I'm not the nicest to you. Thank you, body, for healing my fever and letting me recover from my headache. Thank you, body, for still taking care of me even when I don't do the same for you. I learned that loving yourself is more than just wanting to become a better version of yourself. Loving yourself means appreciating yourself even when you're at your lowest, when you feel like the worst. I learned that sometimes you just need to take a break, relax on your bed, read a book, or go out for a nice stroll, knowing that you have tomorrow and more days to come to achieve the goals. Sometimes you just need to let yourself do things that you love, do things that make you happy. You don't have to be perfect in order to be loved. Just like how your parents love you unconditionally, you should love yourself unconditionally. This year, start making small changes. Love yourself more. Start enjoying little moments in life. Worry less about your problems and look at what life can offer you. Glowing up does not necessarily mean that you look better. It could be you being a happier person now than you were a year ago. Being more kind to yourself even when you think you don't deserve it. Being able to go for a meal without worrying what's on the menu. Start with one workout, one meal, one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, and 1 year. And then it will be part of your life. But all you need to do is to take that first step.